Fear of public speaking is really a major thing which everyone actually encounters when it comes to speak in front of a bunch of people. So, isn't it scary? I know that you are here watching this video because you encountered that problem in your life. So, we are going to talk about public speaking tips and techniques so that you can speak in much confidence in your next presentation to impress your audience, and then you will forget such kind of public speaking fears forever. So let's get started. So I'm gonna ask you, like, public speaking, it really scares you? I don't think so. It is you that scare yourself to speak in front of your audience. And that is because you have certain type of anxieties or nervousness inside your body that halts you to speak in front of people. You are full of ideas, you are full of confidence, you are full of knowledge, but still you are not capable of speaking in front of audience. Why is that? I'm going to explain you the reasons. You have to look closely and you have to find out, is it really scares you or not to speak in front of audience after you analyze these basic points, which I'm going to tell you now. So before that, I have a very brief comparison of public speaking fear with the other kind of fear. So the fear of snakes comes at number 1. Then we have public speaking fear. Then we have heights, darkness fear, claustrophobia fears, spiders or insect fears, needles, and a lot of other kind of fears. But you can see that public speaking fear is at number 2. That means nearly 90% of people who present their presentation for the first time feel that kind of experience. So there's another thing, like why actually we hate public speaking, and this is about anxieties that I was talking before. The lack of positive experience, being the center of attention, feeling of isolation, being judged by an audience, fear of failure, and all these 5 things are actually the part of public speaking anxiety. And you have to look closely this term that says public speaking anxiety, because this is a thing which actually halts you to speak in front of the audience. Let's have a closer look at it. We have 4 types of public speaking anxieties. The first one, that you can't actually get started to prepare your presentation, to prepare your content. That is called pre-preparation anxiety. And I would like to add one thing, that beginning of anything is actually the hardest part of any project. So if you have to deliver a presentation, you first have to counter the pre-preparation anxiety. And then we have another term, that is preparation anxiety. And that is like when you start your research and when you start to gather all of the content together in a presentable manner in PowerPoint or something like that. So we encounter preparation anxiety. That is the second one. After that, we have pre-performance anxiety, that is nearly 24 hours before a presentation. And then finally, we have performance anxiety during the actual presentation. Now I'm going to explain very briefly about these individual items, like it being the center of attention. Everyone is looking at you. Why? The answer to this question lies inside you, because you are full of ideas, because you have something to share with your audience, because you are expert in something in which your audience might not be that much expert in. so you have some content to share, to deliver. So being comfortable comes from being confident. That's what I said earlier. And remember that you have to make your eye contact with your audience, because it's actually a two-way street. Feeling of isolation. Are you feeling alone? You're in total control of your presentation or not? If possible, add audience engagement. Because if you are feeling alone, then if you try to engage your audience with yourself by asking some very simple questions, then you will not feel alone anymore. And that is how to encounter the feeling of isolation. Being judged by an audience. You are being judged. How do you judge people initially? When you started your presentation, you saw your audience, you had some ideas that there are nearly 40 people in your presentation room. So you actually judged your audience. So in a similar manner, your audience is actually judging you. So there is nothing to worry about. This is a normal thing. So work backwards. You will know how you are perceived very quickly. Confidence is obviously a key here. If you have the knowledge, you have the power to succeed here. So now I have discussed all the anxieties that you have inside your body which halts you to speak in front of audience. So now is the time to explain you how you can actually eradicate these problems. Steps to reduce speaking fears. The first step we have here is that you should know the room. You should know the area where you are going to present, whether it is a room or it is a conference hall or it is something like a stage, open air stage or something like that. So you have to be familiar with that place before you actually arrive if you have public speaking fears. So arrive early, walk around that area, and then have a look at the seat, have a look at the area where your audience will sit and look at you. This will give you confidence while you're presenting because you will know that area. Number 2, we have know your audience. Try to greet some of your audience and try to chat with them before presenting, because then you will make friends with them and it will be much easier for you to speak in front of those strangers, because now you have some bunch of friends sitting in between that bunch of people. So it is a good idea to know your audience before presenting. Number 3, know your material. Before you present your presentation, you should be very much confident that you actually know the content very well. You are expert in that because it will give you some power, some more confidence to speak, because you have enough knowledge to present in front of audience, and you can answer the questions at the end of the presentation raised by any of your audience. So it will give you more confidence. So it is a good idea to know your material or content. Number 4, learn how to relax. Sit comfortably with your back straight. Breathe slowly. Hold your breath for 4 to 5 seconds and then slowly exhale. It will give you much better feeling. And then if you have to relax your facial muscles, open your mouth wide and eyes wide and then close them tightly. Pause and open them again. You'll feel better. Number 5, visualize yourself speaking. Imagine before presenting that how you will be presenting. It will give you much more confidence. And then you have to speak loud. You have to imagine this. When you visualize yourself as a successful presenter, you will be successful then. There is no need to worry about them. Number 6, realize people want you to succeed because they are here. Because you know that these people are here to listen to your ideas. So they actually want you to succeed, not to fail. Number 7, don't apologize for being nervous. Many people are nervous before the presentation or during the presentation, but there is no need to worry about that because it's a common thing. Everyone is nervous before their first presentation. So it's very common. If you'll not say anything, nobody's gonna notice it. Number 8, concentrate on your message. You have to pay attention to the focal point of your presentation, like the objectives, so that you'll not feel nervous anymore because you know what you are saying. Concentrate on your message and on your audience, not on yourself. Number 9, turn nervousness into some positive energy. The same nervous energy that causes stage fright can be an asset to you. You have to transform this energy into vitality and enthusiasm in delivering your speech. Last one, that is number 10, you have to gain experience. Because actually experience builds confidence and reduces the anxieties. So volunteer yourself in presentation, in public seminars, in front of, the friends, so that you can speak on any topic. It will give you some confidence to speak in front of smaller, medium-sized, or huge audience. And last of all, there is an objective to counter the public speaking fear, and that is you have to help youth to build their communication skills. Okay, and how you can do that? You can make friends with like-minded people who also want to counter their public speaking skills, and then avail these simple speaking opportunities by speaking in such friend circles. You can arrange some seminars, you can arrange some public speaking projects, and then try to practice, and you'll feel much better. So this is all about countering public speaking fears in simple 10 steps. I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to subscribe this channel. Have a good day. Bye-bye.